from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. As we'll see Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers versus Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway. Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not...
Inside give to Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Hit and drop behind the line by Dre Greenlaw.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Draw play, Elliott. And look at this, for the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Prescott now. Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got
an incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Niners are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice.
To throw is Prescott. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp.
Here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it. But listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the ball.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tony Pollard, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. So, partner, was a passing game that drove them down the field. But when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, They specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Purdy looking to throw. Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
All about the offense so far this drive, but it's sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. The kick by Gould is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. On 2nd and 7, Prescott steps away to his left. 3rd down, he's got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. And after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Buying time to his left. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
That's a nice throw right there, and I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Back to throw, Purdy. Escaping the pressure right. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. From Cowboy territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Purdy now to throw off the play action. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Dorrance Armstrong, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist. Their time and making it work.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32, a play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone.
Out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 3rd and short yardage, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Noah Brown from 3 yards out. And the Cowboys go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center or the ring. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Gould is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being. I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Going for it, it's Mitchell.
And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott.
That is caught by Lamb.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Maher is good, and that will extend their lead even further. They'll go option to the short side, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly.
On comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11. Drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. to keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
36 yards on the play.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Elliott will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pack, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Purdy to throw it on 1st down.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is
2nd and 11. Back to throw, Purdy.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Micah Parsons
Picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense.
Purdy, big 4th down play.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Now, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the 2nd half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near mid.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. A give to Elliott.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have.
Runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.